What's up, guys? My name is Ty Zen, cryptocurrency trader, investor, and founder of cryptocurrency.market. I'm broadcasting from the beautiful city of Dallas right now. And with me today, guys, I have a very special guest. I have the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com. Say hello, Leon.
Hey, guys.
It's been a while since we've had the Honorable Grandmaster on our channel again, because he had you had your first child.
Yes, in late January.
Yeah, and you've been busy.
I've been very, very busy.
And he doesn't give a shit about making videos while he's at home taking care of his kids.
Yeah. It's all about the baby now.
Yeah. So in this video, guys, we're on our way to the Texas Rangers stadium to watch one of their games with our accountant. Okay, because we got to meet up with our accountant. Okay, and in this video, guys, I want to talk to you guys about what is that called? The why a lot of people ask us, how come we don't have more than 30, 40 cryptocurrencies in our investing portfolio?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this video, I want LeonFu.com here to break down the math so that you guys can see why it's not necessary. It's really, what do you call it, counterproductive?
Yeah.
It's really counterproductive to have more than, 30-some cryptos, 30 cryptos in your portfolio, okay?
Yes.
So go ahead and break it down for the audience.
All right, so let's just think about, why do we have more than one crypto in our portfolio to begin with, right?
Okay.
Like why do we not put all our eggs in one basket, as the cliche goes, right?
Yeah.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? We all have heard that before. And so why not, though? So if you put all your money into one cryptocurrency, and it doesn't really matter which one that is.
But let's just say we put 100%, we have $10,000 and we put 100% of it into Bitcoin.
Yeah, okay.
Just Bitcoin.
All right, so if you did that, well, is it possible that Bitcoin goes to zero? I mean, it doesn't seem very likely at this point, but yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, anything could go to zero, right?
Yeah.
Anything can fail. Anything can disappear on us, right?
Yeah. Because there's no investments that's guaranteed.
Yeah, there's nothing is
Not even
guaranteed
Bitcoin.
in life, right? So the chances that, let's just put a number on it. Let's just say there's a 20% chance of any particular coin, like a random coin. Like if you just went on CoinMarketCap and just randomly picked, one of the top 50, top 100 coins. If you just like randomly picked one, right? Yeah. And let's just, I'm just making up some numbers here to illustrate the point. Let's say there was a 50% chance that particular coin could go to zero or go something, basically disappear on us, right?
Yeah. Hey, let's just use Bitcoin as the example. Just stay with the example. It can go to zero and you lose everything. It can go to zero,
right? So but we have to use probability here. It's a little bit of math, so to illustrate why we have more than one coin in our portfolio. So if you have $10,000 and say there is a 50% chance of it going to zero, then there's a 50% chance it'll go up, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a 50% chance that you could lose all your money, right? Yeah. If you put all your money into any coin and there's a 50% chance that it goes to zero, mm-hmm. You have a 50% chance of losing all your money. Yeah. And a 50% chance of making some money, let's just say. All right?
It's a 50-50.
It's a 50-50. It's
like flipping a coin,
right?
Yeah.
All right, but let's just say you bought two different coins. Let's just say you bought Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah. Right? So you put $5,000 into into Bitcoin and say
Yeah.
$5,000 into Ethereum, which is the next biggest one.
Yeah.
Right. Now, there's still a 50% chance. Let's say either one of them goes to zero.
Yeah, so Bitcoin has a 50% chance of
Yeah.
making money,
Uh-huh.
and then a 50% chance of going to zero, and you lose everything.
And you lose everything. And let's just say, for this example, we say Ethereum has the same probabilities, just to make the math easy.
Yeah,
Right. So now, so if you when you just had Bitcoin,
yeah,
you had a 50% chance of losing all your money.
yeah,
Okay. Now, to lose all your money, both Bitcoin and Ethereum have to go to zero.
yeah,
Right? Right? So let's just say there's a 50% chance of, heads or tails, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just say, hey, heads means I lose all my money, tails means I make some money.
Yeah.
If you just flip the coin once, you have a 50% chance of losing all your money, right?
Yeah.
But if you put like half your money on two flips, right? You put half your money on one flip and half your money on the second flip.
yeah,
You have to flip heads 2 times in a row
Yeah.
to lose all your money,
yeah,
right? And that's much harder to do,
yeah,
right? Because, it's a 1 in 4 chance that
Yeah.
happens, right?
Yeah.
There's a 50% chance you flip a coin, you lose all your money.
yeah,
And then to lose all your money, but because you only bet half your money, you're only going to lose half your money,
yeah,
right? And then you have to flip the coin again, and you have to hit heads again,
Yeah.
in order to lose your money, all your
Yeah.
money, right?
Yeah.
So you now have only a 25% chance, right? A 1 in 4 chance
of losing everything.
of losing everything. Just by
because-
adding one more coin,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, you've cut your risk in half,
yeah,
right? The risk that you lose all your money.
gets cut in half.
It gets cut in half
Yeah.
from one coin, just by adding a second coin,
Yeah,
right?
and just so that the audience understands,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's guaranteed that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just that the probability
Exactly.
is reduced.
The probability is reduced. Now, just like basically if you have 2 coins, like it's much harder for you to lose all your money.
Yeah,
Now, the flip side to that, it's also harder to, let's say Bitcoin or Ethereum goes to the moon, right?
Yeah.
It's also much less probable that you also go to the moon too, because you're probably just going to get the average
Of the two.
right?
Yeah.
So that's just with 2 coins that you just have. But what if we added a third, right?
Yeah.
Let's say there was
Hey, let's use the term cryptocurrency.
cryptocurrencies.
So
yeah.
people don't get confused, because we keep talking about flipping a coin and then
Yeah.
adding a coin,
Adding
and we
a
don't
coin.
want people to get
All right,
confused between
sure,
the two.
Sure. If you add, let's just say you add a third cryptocurrency to your portfolio.
Yeah.
Right. And let's just say you put $3,300 in Bitcoin, 3,300 in Ethereum, and 3,300 in Litecoin. Let's just say.
Bitcoin Cash, the next one.
Okay, next one.
Bitcoin
You got
Cash.
some Bitcoin Cash, right?
Yeah.
So now, you don't want them to be correlated, right? The whole point of to get maximum diversification. Now all cryptocurrencies are somewhat correlated, right?
Yeah.
They all seem to move together, right?
Yeah.
But let's just, for the sake of argument, say that
Cardano?
Cardano or something, right? Now, in order to lose all your money,
Yeah.
there's a 50% chance that you have to lose it 3 times in a row,
Yeah.
right? So what is that? It's 1 in 2, 1 in 4, 1 in 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a 50% chance on the first cryptocurrency that it goes to zero.
You have
Then you have another 50% chance on the second one,
but
which is
for
Ethereum.
both of them to go to zero is only a 25% chance.
Yeah. And now we add a third coin, Cardano, and that's another 50% chance. But when you look at it all together, then now it's reduced down to like 1/6.
No, 1/4 to 1/8, right? 2
Okay.
times 2 times 2, right?
Okay.
2 times 2 is 4.
Yeah.
Times 2 again is 8, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you're looking at, but notice now, 1 in 8 is much less chance to lose all your money than 1 in 2, right? A 50% chance, a 1 in 8 chance
And that's
versus a 1 in 2.
That's much harder to do.
And that's much harder to do, even if you just randomly pick it. You didn't do any research. You didn't like.
Now, are you sure it's 1 in 8 with 3 coins, 3 cryptocurrencies in your portfolio, or with 4?
Okay, well let's think about that, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we do the math?
Yeah.
Right. if you had two, if there's a 50% chance, what are the let's just say the outcome is to lose all your money, right? What are the possibilities, right?
Yeah.
With
Bitcoin, with the first coin.
With the first coin and the second coin, right?
Yeah.
So there's two possibilities here. You make money or you lose all your money, right?
Yeah.
So that is one possibility
Yeah.
for the first coin. So
Yeah.
how many combinations are there now?
So on the second one, you have another 2 combinations.
Yeah. So
now
the total is
4 combinations.
4 combinations.
Yeah.
But in order to lose all your money, there's only one combination. To lose all your money,
Yeah.
it's 1 out of the 4 combinations.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's a 1 in 4
That's why
chance.
it's a 25%.
That's why it's a 25% chance, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to lose all your money on both investments.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And there's only one combination of that for that to
Yeah.
happen out of the 4 possible
And so when we
ones.
add the third cryptocurrency,
All right, now how many
Cardano,
now how
we have
many?
another 2 combinations.
Uh-huh.
So that 2 combinations multiplied to the 4 that we
4
already have.
now it becomes 8 combinations, right?
Okay.
But now now there's 8 possible different combinations.
Yeah.
But there's only one combination for you to lose all your money. And
Yeah.
that means you lose your money on the first one, you lose your money on the second one, and you lose all your money on the third one.
Yeah.
Right? So but that's now a 1 in 8 chance.
Yeah, so
right?
now your risk has been reduced from 25% down to 12.5%.
12.5%, yeah.
Okay.
But and that's good, right? 12.5% is much less than 50%.
Yeah.
But it's the reduction in risk is much less than from the second coin that you added.
Yeah.
Right? Because the first coin you added, when you had one coin,
it reduced it by 25%.
Yeah, 25%. But when you added the second coin,
it only reduced the risk by 12.5%.
But you can see every time you add another position,
It's
yes, it
gonna cut
goes
in half.
down, but by the time you get to the 30th position, the 30th coin, it's 1 in 30th compared to 1 in 60th, right? Now you have to remember, every time you add an additional coin to your portfolio, you've increased your cost.
Yeah.
Right? Because now you have another coin you have to track. Mm-hmm. Now you have another coin that you have to pay taxes on every time you trade.
Yeah.
Now you have another coin where you get slippage.
Yeah.
Where you have to do, you have to pay commissions.
And since in cryptocurrency, since we have to store ourselves and protect it ourselves and secure it ourselves, and there's no insurance, that's another risk factor.
That's another cost.
Yeah.
The cost to secure them, right?
Yeah.
So the reason you don't own more than 20 or 30 coins is because the reason you own a diverse portfolio is to reduce your risk. Okay.
Yeah.
But by the time you already have 20 or 30 of them, each additional one is adding cost.
Yeah.
Because it means the research you have to do on it, the security you have to do on it, the slippage, all of these things cost money. Either they cost money or they cost time.
Yeah.
And the benefit that you get from the reduction in risk is small.
Okay, so now I'm going to play devil's advocate, and some people out there are going to say, well, you don't know what you're talking about, Leon. That, if I get into, let's say the 31st coin that I get into, what if it goes up 100x in my favor?
Okay, it's 100x on, okay, so then you look into that too, right? It's basically saying like, that's true.
Yeah,
right?
it can do that.
That can happen.
However,
but okay, so let's go back to presidential elections. Okay,
Yeah.
like, so it's Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
And you want to know, like, it's 1 month before the election day.
Yeah.
And we want to know who's going to win the election. All right.
Yeah.
And there are 300 million people in America. Let's just say there's about half of them can vote. I'm just making up some numbers.
Yeah.
So let's just say in America, 150 million people could possibly vote in the election.
Yes.
Right? And we want to get a good sense as to who's going to win.
Yeah.
Right?
Do we need
to ask every single American who they're going to vote for to have a good guess as to who's going to win an election? No, you don't.
No, we just take a small, diversified,
random sample
that's diversified. Right.
And we can pretty much know, I mean, just by asking
About
few thousand,
7,000 people.
7,000 people. We don't have to. It really doesn't matter how many people are in the country, right? America could have 300 million people, or they could have 1 billion people, like in China.
Yeah.
You really don't have to ask more than 6,000 or 7,000 people. And if you understand statistics, this isn't a statistics class, but if you do Statistics 101, they explain why that is. Okay, why you could have a population of hundreds of millions or even billions of people, but no matter how large that population is, you don't need to
go ask everybody.
You don't even need to ask a fraction of the people. You need to ask like maybe 5,000, 10,000 people, something like that, right?
It's a much smaller number than people think.
It's much smaller than people think, right? And so same thing, like when you are investing in a portfolio, like you're trying to pretty much get the average of the market, right? The more coins that you have, the closer to the average that you have.
Yeah.
So there are 1,500 cryptocurrencies on the market right now, or maybe 2,000. I haven't looked.
I think it was like 1,800 something the last time I checked a day or two ago.
Right? And you just say that, all right, I want to make sure that the only way I lose my money is if the entire market goes to zero. Well, it doesn't really matter how many coins you buy if cryptocurrencies were to disappear, right?
Yeah.
But by the time you get to 30 or 40 of them, and let's just even say you did no research. Let's just say you just randomly picked a bunch, and then you just rebalance periodically, right? As some went to zero, or some went down, and some others came up. You rebalanced into, you had some strategy to rebalance. You're gonna get about the average. You're gonna have this huge 100x winner. You're gonna have some losers that go to zero.
Yeah.
But it's going to average out, and it really doesn't matter which 30, 40, 50, 20, 30, 40 you pick.
Yeah.
Because it's all going to balance out. The same way as if you go and ask, like, if you want to figure out, like, you don't have to ask every single American who they're going to vote for to have an idea who's going to win the election.
Yeah. And I want to add to that too, and something that people don't realize. Let's go back and start with the $10,000 portfolio that we started, right?
Yeah.
If you divide that $10,000 by, let's say, 20 cryptos, that's about $500 per crypto.
Sure.
Right, that you put into each crypto.
Yeah.
If you go with, let's say, 40 cryptocurrencies in your portfolio, you now have about $250 per cryptocurrency.
Sure.
And even if it does go up 100x, the amount of the 100x times the small amount it has is very, very small.
It's very small because you're talking $250.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's now 25 grand,
Yeah.
I mean that.
But it's still relatively small.
But what I'm saying is, you don't need to buy that many, because if you just look at the math, like each the basic principle here is there's a diminishing level of return.
Yeah.
Right, for each one that you add, and you just have to consider, like, what's the cost of doing that? Okay,
so let's say that we have viewers that listen to us, and let's say they have 100 cryptocurrencies in their portfolio.
Sure.
So what should they do then? If you're saying that, hey man, if they're watching this and they're saying that, hey man, okay, the Thai food team.
Well, if you have 100, okay, so I don't. We've been doing this for 5-6 years. We know that there is no possible way you're doing research and keeping up with 100 different projects.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way you're doing that, right? It's already really hard to keep track of 10 at any one time, right?
Yeah.
So if you're buying like 100 different ones, you might as well be randomly picking them, right? There's no way you are going to be doing research and keeping up on 100 different.
Yeah.
You might as well just close your eyes and just randomly pick 100 of them, and you'll probably do just as good if you randomly picked another set of 100, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that you can start as some of them. Now, what I would do is, you're going to have some huge winners.
Yeah.
Among those 100, we don't know which one, right? And you're going to have some huge winners and some
losses
that are just losses, and they go to zero, right? And I would just let them go to zero. And some of the huge winners that win, you're going to have a group of winners, and I would just rebalance them.
Yeah.
I would say most of those projects are going to go to zero, because that's just the nature of these are high risk investments.
Yeah.
And I would just simply, as what we've seen this in our portfolio, we've invested in 30, 40 projects over the years.
Yeah.
And we've had half a dozen huge, massive winners.
Yeah.
And you cash some of those out, you rebalance them into projects that have become more established and more stable.
Yeah.
And it goes back to knowing that the more money you have, the less risk you actually need to take.
Yeah.
Right? You have, if you have, say, $10 million, even if your returns are small on an absolute scale because you have so much money.
Yeah. Even if you have a 1x gain.
Even if you have a 1x, it's massive.
Yeah,
right?
that's an extra $10 million.
That's an extra $10 million, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to realize that as your portfolio grows, you don't need, there's no reason to take on more risk.
Or do more extra work.
That's
not going to pay anymore.
Yes, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
So
that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so basically the people that have 100 coins in their portfolio, they need to start chopping some of those, eliminating some of the ones that are not making money then. Basically.
Yeah, just eliminate the ones. I'm sure if you have 100 coins, some of them are worth nothing.
Yeah. Might as well get it out of your portfolio and not have to worry about it.
Right? In fact, I would just write it off as a total loss.
Yeah.
And then write it off your taxes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I would do. I wouldn't even bother selling them. I mean, if they're worth something, go ahead and sell them. But
okay, let's just say that somebody out there, viewers that's listening to us, they've been following us for a while, and let's say they have 30, 40 cryptocurrencies in their portfolio, like we do, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say that they run across another one that's hot, sizzling, and juicy, and they want to add that to their portfolio. Mm-hmm. What then? Take one out before you add the new one in?
Well, it depends on. You have two choices in that case, right? If you're still early, like we would never put money into one. We would always take money out of one and stick into one.
Yeah.
I would drop a position. There's probably some that in my portfolio that just didn't work out, right?
I mean, I like to ask is what I always ask myself is this, guys, is what. If I have 30 coins in my portfolio already, if I add a 31st coin in, right, which one of these do I not like in my portfolio?
Yeah, which one of them just were done?
And sometimes that's not easy to do because you get attached to it, right? And then I might look at it and say, okay, so if I have to add the 31st one, where is the money coming from the other 30?
Yeah.
And usually and then a second question I ask myself is this new coin, this 31st coin, is it any better than all the other 30 that I already have?
Or the one that you want to sell.
Yeah.
Right?
And usually, surprisingly enough, I find out that 31st coin that I want to add to my portfolio is not any better than the 30 that I already have. So I'm not going to add it.
Yeah, it's a push. Like there's no
or even if it is, it's not that much more.
That's right.
That much better.
That's right. So again, which I always love to preach, the less you do, the better off you are. Oftentimes it's not worth doing anything, right? Unless you really find a really hot project you really believe in, then okay, maybe you do need to add it, right?
Yeah.
Because you believe in it that much. But if you already are invested in 30 different cryptocurrencies, it's really hard by that time to find something that's really much better than something you already have.
Yeah. Especially if you've been doing it for 3, 4, or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope this video helps you guys understand that, that there's really not a need to keep adding more and more and more cryptocurrencies to your portfolio. If you have a diversified portfolio of 30, 40 cryptocurrencies already, then what I would suggest is that, really evaluate and consider the odds, the statistics, and how much risk that you're reducing by adding another coin to your portfolio, okay? And so consider that and see if it even makes sense to add another coin to your portfolio or not. So if you like these kind of videos, right, give us a thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen. Follow the Honorable Grandmaster, Legendary, World-Renowned, LeonFu.com at Leon C. Fu on Twitter, okay? If you guys like what we're talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trading and investing, and you guys want to learn more about it, we have an awesome program called the Cryptocurrency Investing Blueprint. Go check it out. Order you a copy at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint. and we will look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Thank you.